Chapter 16. There's this person in your life, no matter how long you've been away from them, your feelings for them never fade. To me, you're that person. Kate paces back and forth in front of the arrival gate at the airport, frowning as he can't connect to the network. He hasn't bought a SIM card, so he needs to use free Wi-Fi. He's dying to let the other boy know he's arrived. He checks the time on the giant clock on the pole and sighs. It's past 3 in the morning. The plane landed so early, so the other boy must have fallen asleep. He gives up on the non-existent free Wi-Fi and sits on a chair while waiting for his mother and sister to return from the restroom. He'll buy a SIM card and internet package tomorrow. With that thought, he taps open the Line application and reads the conversation they had before he boarded the plane dozens of hours ago. CEO, 2:25 p.m. From CEO, are you excited? Cake.K. Of course. CEO, so am I. I want to see you soon. Cake.K. I'll go see you quickly. CEO, when will Uncle be back? Cake.K. Around the beginning of next month. CEO, he must be lonely. Cake.K. No, he'll catch up with us soon. Mom needs to take me and Cream back here to deal with school stuff. We've completed the exams. My dad's friend helped with the documents. It shouldn't be a problem. CEO, you're going to the same uni as mine, right? Cake.K. Sure thing. I've missed you so much. CEO, I've missed you too. Cake.K. We're flying back. CEO, have a safe flight, Mr. Dessert. Cake.K. Roger, Mr. Condiment. CEO, smiling bunny sticker. I'll be waiting. Cake smiles at the last message. The thought of reuniting with CEO makes his heart race. In the end, he didn't return to Thailand in 3 years because he stayed in the US until he graduated from the 12th grade. By the time he took care of the exams and prepared the documents to apply to the university in Thailand, not to mention his dad's job and family, it's been nearly 4 years. CEO cried over the phone many times, and Cake wished he could fly back immediately. CEO is in his second year in university now. How is he doing? How much has he changed? How tall is he? Did his skin get tanner? Is the color of his eyes lighter? How low is his voice in person? Cake has been imagining all of that, and he can't wait to find the answers. He wants to hug CEO as tightly as when they said goodbye. From now on, they will never be apart. Cake stares at the medium-sized detached house located in an unfamiliar area and heaves a sigh. He watches his mom walk inside it with his cheeky sister, rubbing her eyes as she just woke up in tow. Many things have changed when he's back, including his place. The two-story row house near his old school, where he had lived since birth, is presently owned by someone else. He remembers CEO said in one of the emails that it had been bought to open a barber shop. Although it's a shame, changes can be good sometimes. His mom wanted a detached house with a front yard. His sister wanted a big bedroom like the one in the US. His dad wanted a spacious garage. Therefore, their own house wasn't an ideal choice anymore. His dad probably had pondered it for some time as he decided to put it up for sale before their departure. Cake has a different opinion. He doesn't want a big house, a relaxing space, or a large bedroom. All he desires is one thing: CEO. That's why he terribly misses the narrow row house that shares a party wall with the house next door. You two can go to bed in your rooms. The housekeeper from the company has cleaned them and changed the sheets. Get some rest and unpack tomorrow, says Brapa. Okay, Mom. Brapa watches her daughter reply and run upstairs to check out her room in excitement. Cream is cheerful now that she's fully awake. Brapa shifts her gaze to her son, whose atmosphere is the polar opposite, and smiles gently. Cake has been grumpy since he knew they would fly back a year later than scheduled. Go and rest up, Cake. We'll have to take care of your application early morning. He has only a couple of hours of sleep. I want to see you tomorrow. In the evening, dear. We'll deal with your university entrance first, says Brava. I also need to take care of the landline and network for our house. But I've been waiting for 4 years. I know. We'll deal with everything quickly and go see him. You can stay over at his place. Brava smiles, exhaling in adoration. For now, get some rest. The big boy frowns. He doesn't want to be demanding, though he's been obedient to an extent. Okay. He unwillingly agrees to the end. Cake types fast on his phone after inserting a SIM card. He scrolls to the number CEO gave him before he boarded the plane to Thailand. When Cake spots it, he presses call without a second thought. While waiting for CEO to pick up, Cake strides out of the mall to catch a bus to the place he's wanted to go for years. Hello? The big boy jumps when he hears a voice on the other end. Ew. Cake? CEO shouts his name after a pause. Cake beams, knowing from his voice that nothing between them has changed. Where are you? I'm at home, waiting for you to contact me. Where have you been all day? Sorry, I was busy. I had to prepare my documents and manage things with the university all day. I wanted to call you first, but didn't have the time. I just bought a SIM card and internet package. Is it all done? Yes, I'm going to your house. Really? Come here, quickly! Sio's excited voice makes Kate grin so hard his cheeks hurt. He's dying to see him. I have to fly quick to be quicker than this. Then you should have been back a year ago. The counterattack cracks Cake up. Sio talks well lately. I'm on my way. Having said that, Cake breaks a sweat getting through the traffic. Is not used to the traffic congestion that lasts so long that he can take 100 naps. However, it's not that awful when he thinks of the one waiting for him at the destination. That smile. Cake presses his lips together as he gets out of the bus and sees the person he's missed waving and smiling in front of the same house. Cake walks towards CEO and receives an incredibly tight hug. He freezes briefly before draping his arms around CEO. He's much taller than Cake remembers, but still thin like before, all bones. Have you been eating well? Of course. CEO's voice is muffled, his face buried in the broad chest. You got bigger. Your body is thick like a bear. You're tiny. You're big. Cake laughs. You got taller, didn't you? Yeah, CEO nods. But I still can catch up with you. Judging by how CEO has to look up at Cake, their height is upsettingly different. How tall are you? 171. I can't grow taller than this. You're already tall. The smaller guy sulks and meets eyes with a person he hasn't seen for ages. I've missed you. Cake gulps, disliking the way his heart drums this hard. I've missed you too. Those dark brown eyes are as lively as he remembers. Let's get inside. Do you need to go home early? No, I'm staying over, Cake says, showing CEO his backpack. I brought my clothes. CEO's delighted smile is as attractive as ever. As well. Eat a lot, Cake. Ned Napa adds rice to a plate of her son's best friend, whom she hasn't seen for a long time. He's grown up so much way bigger than CEO, which makes him look like a child. CEO was so happy that he woke up at 5 in the morning to wait. I was shocked when I got up to prepare ingredients and saw him in the living room. Did he? Cake laughs. I was dealing with my university documents, so I could only come here in the evening. How are your parents? They're doing well. My mom and sister are back. My dad will fly here at the beginning of next month. Nitnapa nods. Are you planning to stay here for a long time? Yes. My dad got promoted and would manage a branch here. Cake explains. Cream will study in the 11th grade at her old school. So, you're going to the same university as CEO? Asks Tonham, eating at the table. Yes, I applied to the International Mass Communication Department. Then you're my junior. The one who'll soon be a sophomore asks. Junior Cake. How smug. Cake laughs. I'm just a year later than you. I'm older in age. 5 months don't count. Baby you. The guy 5 months older mocks. Netnapa cracks an amused smile at these two boys that bicker childishly. The fact that her son has a good and reliable friend that stays by his side is a blessing to her as a mother. Therefore, the sight puts her at ease. No matter how long they've been apart, their relationship never changes. Sio's room has changed in a way Cake can't recognize. The plain white walls are now brightly colorful. The metal bed has been moved out and replaced with a thick mattress full of pillows. The shelf on the opposite is packed with various books and CDs that CEO was never interested in. His desk is topped with framed photos of CEO and people Cake doesn't know. Cake would have been upset had the biggest one not been their couple photo taken in the past. Cake turns around when the guy who took a shower after him opens the door. Who is this you? He points at the tall man in more than three frames. Which one? The room owner steps closer. Oh, it's Tao, the one I told you before. The senior in the club? Yeah, he's majoring in performing arts. You never told me about that. Come to think of it, CEO hardly mentioned his friends, and Cake only knew CEO's gang of close friends. They mostly talked about each other, with some new names popping up here and there once in a while. Cake never cared to ask. You see him often? Yes, I help out at the Mascom department regularly. What about him? CEO's eyes follow Cake's finger to the far right frame. It's a photo of CEO beaming with a peace sign, his cheek poked by a large built man beside him. Oh, that's home. My peer mentor. You're close to him? CEO nods. Yes. Cake doesn't seem happy with the answer, which explains his immediate frown. Introduce him to me. Sure. The smaller guy smiles, glad to introduce Cake to all of his friends. Whom also goes here, right? Yeah, he studies computer engineering. It's a shame Tavi goes to a different university. Did you talk to Tar? I talked to him before I flew here. He transferred to the regular department. Cake's cheeky middle school friend decided to resign from science and apply to mass communication at the same university as him. Tar said science wasn't his way after giving it a try, so he made up all sorts of excuses to convince his family to give him permission. Unbelievable. Are you going to sleep now? CEO asks, sitting on his bed and leaning against the pillow comfortably. Turn off the light for me. The bigger guy switches off the light as told when the mellow orange light from the lamp illuminates the room. Cake settles next to CEO on the mattress, the familiar atmosphere warming his heart as if he's finally home. He rests his head on the pillow and spreads his arms. Give me a hug. With no hesitation, CEO throws himself in those arms, letting Cake hold him tightly like before. You smell the same, CEO mumbles. Is that good or not? It's good. I like it. Cake blushes at the compliment. Theo stares at Cake's face until he raises his eyebrows in query. Theo buries his face in Cake's chest to hide his red cheeks. Cake? Hmm? Cake? Yeah? Cake? Yes? Cake! Theo keeps calling his name without saying anything more. Cake responding every time can't help but laugh. What is he doing? Why are you calling my name? Cake, cake, cake! The smaller guy tightens his arms. Cake! What's wrong? Why are you calling me? Answer! Keep answering. Answer every time I call you. Sure, I'll answer every time you call me. Will you stay and answer me forever? Don't go anywhere. Mm, Cake mumbles, patting Theo's head. The fact that Theo did his things and met new people without him in his life annoys him so much that he feels uncomfortable. I'm not going anywhere. He will never be that far away anymore. Theo and Cake spent the week before the beginning of the new semester together almost 24/7. They got up at the same time, ate together, talked about everything, and caught up with each other as much as possible, trying to reduce the distance from the past 4 years the best they could. They wanted to be closer than anyone else the way they used to be. Theo couldn't stop smiling when Cake told him about his life in the US. Likewise, Cake was happy to listen to Theo's life stories when they were far apart, though he admittedly regretted not being part of those memories. But having learned that Theo has grown up well is great enough. I'll talk to her about that again, Tao. It's not that great, to be honest. Cake's frown deepens and deepens as he listens to Theo talking to the senior on the phone with no sign of hanging up. Why are they talking so long? Do they talk like this every day? Ew, I can't find my socks. Yes, you're right. Since Theo can't hear as his attention is solely on the call, Cake gets frustrated. Ew! Theo halts. Wait a sec, Tao. He turns to the other boy in the room. What did you say, Cake? I can't find my socks. Can you hang up now? Yeah, sure. The smaller guy agrees. He speaks to the phone. I'll text you later. Yes, okay. Cake is annoyed. The more Cake sees CEO on the phone, the more annoyed he gets. Let's see. Which bear are you looking for? CEO moves closer to him and asks after hanging up. Hmm? Which one? What's with that face? What's wrong? He says nothing. Cake? You were on the phone for so long. The bigger guy snaps with a grumpy face. It was about work. Cake heard nothing about work. I'm looking for the gray ones. You keep them in the left drawer. I can't find them. You just try? Theo asks, walking to the closet. He opens it and pulls the drawer before lifting his eyebrows. Cake said he couldn't find them, but he hadn't even looked. Here they are, on the top. I don't know. I didn't see them. What a liar. Put them on. It's almost noon and we haven't had a meal. He'll get a stomachache. I'm adjusting. You've been adjusting for a week, dessert boy. Dessert boy laughs. Theo's expression is so cute that he no longer feels annoyed. It's been so long that he forgot how he always lost to Theo. He loses in everything and gives in every time. Theo's face when he enjoys his ice cream makes Cake want to squeeze him. Cake is slightly surprised because Theo never shows his cute side in public. Back then, when he was outside, he would stay quiet without smiling or joking around. He would eat consciously as if he was afraid someone was looking. He's so different now that Cake can't get used to it. Is it that good? Asks Cake, wiping the ice cream off Theo's cheek with his tongue and putting it in his mouth. It's like there's a hole in Theo's mouth His face is always smeared. Yeah, I frequent this place. I love their soft ice cream. I'm sold. Cake laughs. This part got softer. He pinches Sio's cheek playfully. Are you saying I have a plump face? I didn't say that. Sio scrunches up his nose and takes a big bite of the bread cone. You're the fat one. Getting insulted, Cake is shocked. Are you for real? Have you seen my muscles? I'll show you. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. Sio changes the subject. Shall we look for your clothes? Sure, replies the guy who's here to shop before the first semester. Cake takes Sio's hand hovering in the air and wipes off the smear of ice cream with a napkin he brought from the cashier counter earlier. He knew it would be dirty. Give me your other hand. Sio switches the cone to the clean hand and holds out his other hand as told. What are you going to buy? Sio asks the guy who browses through the clothes hanging on the bars. A couple of tees and shorts and a jacket. I also want a cap. Since Cake has lived in the US for a long time, he owns only thick clothes. He wants some breathable shirts. Have you organized your stuff at your apartment? Do you need anything more from the supermarket? Sio mentions the apartment near the university Cake moved in 3 days ago. When he helped Cake move, it was a mess. My mom took care of it. I can stay there right away when the semester starts. Sio nods. This one looks nice. A white shirt with a huge printed graphic to held out. It suits you. Cool. Cake takes it and flips it to check the size. Do they have size XL? The M-sized guy's eyes widen. Are you a giant? What? Cake's lips curl up. You're as big as a building. I don't need a man a size of a milk tablet to call me out like that. Who is that? Are you admitting it? I got much taller. My friends at the uni are smaller than me. You're smaller than me, Cake says and asks a staff member for his size. I'll try these three. Wanna try these pants too? Even if Sia is about to whine, he grabs the pants that seem to look good on Cake and hands them to him. These knee ripped black pants are so cool. You like them? Yeah, I can't wear them though. This type of pants never has my size. The waist is too big. Sio can't be bothered to downsize them. It will ruin the shape. You're fine the way you are. Sio's cheeks burn at the sincere compliment. Try putting them on. He waves Cake off before he knows what's on his mind. Sio heaves a sigh when Cake laughs and leads him to the fitting room. He's blushing just because of that. This is the worst. How naive. End of chapter 16.